Your life experience, good or bad, is a gift when you share it with others. At Taxi Chronicles, we allow real riders with real stories to share their gift. So hopefully this episode will intrigue, enhance or inspire you. Don't forget to like, share and subscribe. Morning. Yes, we're back with another episode, another pair of riders. Today we have a lovely couple, Wisdom, and all the way from Nigeria, and Dina.
Yeah.
Dina, I don't know, where are you from, Dina? Algeria. So we got Africa in the house from north to west. Okay. Now they are a lovely couple, and they've been starting. I overheard them talking about some business concepts and what they're doing, and it's in relation to construction. So as you all know, my background is in commercial construction site manager. I'm quite fascinated. So anyway, over to you, Wisdom.
Perfect, thank you.
Okay, that's good. So tell us about this idea and how you come about it.
Well, this was really during COVID, isn't it? When everything was going downhill. Some businesses were going uphill, some were going down. So we were looking at ideas that could sustain hard economical times and good economical times. One of the ideas that came in mind was within the waste and construction industry.
When you say waste, what kind of waste?
When I say waste, I'm talking about commercial waste and household waste, where you would require some sort of large container to remove it. In this case, it would be skips. That's what I'm talking about. So waste, from our perspective, it seemed like it is like waste is produced every single day, regardless of the type of economical condition which we're in. Waste is always going to be produced. There's always going to be a waste problem and whatnot. So to begin with, we selected skip hire as a basis for our research. We looked into the industry, and looking at ways to improve it, we decided to create a website called vabva.com.
How do you spell that?
vabva.com.
And what does that mean, and why did you come up with that name?
Vabva in itself, it doesn't really mean anything. It was just a short name. We didn't really want to waste our time into looking at meanings and whatnot. We just wanted a website where we can showcase our ideas and whatnot, our researches and whatnot. So we decided, you know what, we're going to be targeting the waste and construction industry for every single location in the country. And since launching, we're managing to get around 2,000 users a month, monthly visitors coming to the website.
That's good. That's
so
great.
The whole purpose of the business was to make it easier and to aggregate a list of suppliers within the waste and construction industry.
So suppliers who would take the waste away.
Exactly.
Whether it's refurb, waste materials, or household, as in ripping out domestic house.
Yeah, you've got it. Yes.
And then there's a commercial waste from the buildings.
Exactly, because at the moment, most of the suppliers, there's a few services that do the aggregation of suppliers. For example, you've got anyjunk.com and whatnot. But with them, they only provide man and van and skip hire. We wanted to see if we could not only provide normal domestic and commercial waste collection, but if we could also provide an environment where we can list and showcase new environmentally friendly technologies that people might have, right? Make it easier for anyone, regardless of your location, to find the fastest, the nearest suppliers around you within the waste and construction industry. For those suppliers that do not only provide collection, but also do sell products, right? Provide a space where they can sell their products to local users and help them with reaching their target audience.
So you're saying basically you're just making sure that all the skip companies can get skips, all the waste people who need skips can get them in time and at affordable price.
Not just at an affordable price, and not just in time, but to give them as many suppliers as possible within their location, right?
Okay, so like an A to Z of skip.
Not an A to Z. I would more or less say like a Just Eat of waste and construction.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
More like an interactive platform, basically, to make like skip hiring easier for everyone. Yeah.
I like the way she puts that. She just sees you struggling and she just goes,
What I do, I take care of like the fun part of it, like I'm doing the marketing. So when we first created Vava, what we did is like we created this blog with like a series of articles on how to properly handle your waste, how to dispose of, for example, medical waste or household waste or whatever, for people to come and have a look at our blog and have like a global idea on what we're doing. Because when you ask, for example, people of our age, like we're both 25, 23, they basically don't know what skip hire is or what skip is. But when they get to look at, you know, blogs like on how to do like basic recycling or, you know, waste removal, then it makes them more interested, basically. And then we created our Instagram page, and now we're doing like interactive videos like about environment and waste and recycling in general. So everyone has Instagram, anyone can have a look. So now it's like more like an interactive platform. And if you're interested in what we're doing, you can always have a look at our website, use our map, find like waste services around you, and yeah, we're just trying to make it like fun and easy.
Is your Instagram the same as your website?
Yes, it's Vava Official. I'm gonna spell it right now for you. Yeah, Vava Official, like VABVA Official.
Most of your clients, are they big construction companies or are they younger generation or what?
I mean, it varies because our target demographics and age group is over the age of 35. We don't really expect anyone below to have a property in which they would require renovation that would require them to order a skip. Or we don't really expect anyone below to be managing a big construction company or... I mean... You can find people within 30 plus managing site management and the hiring of equipments and whatnot, where they would preferably want to use a service like us, if not us. Yeah. Okay.
Where's the motivation that you two have come from? So I can see you're a perfect team.
The motivation, honestly, is just we want to, like, in the beginning we've never really focused on sales is important, right? And we've built a foundation using SEO, right, while we're getting 2,000 users a month and growing to make sales, but we've never really focused on the monetary aspects of it. The motivation comes from being able to change and curve the way we handle environmental issues, right? To see if we can expedite it, to see if we can provide more insights and data, to see where we can improve, right? Who we can improve, what we can do to make the world a better place.
So you have a care for the environment.
And that's mainly why most of our videos on Instagram is about environmental issues and whatnot, instead of promoting products or brands and whatnot, because...
Are you held responsible for the waste that you take away, or is it the actual contractor company?
It's the actual contractor companies that are held responsible for the waste.
So you're like Amazon, where you just set up that big platform?
Yes.
Okay,
like Amazon.
Yeah.
Okay, that's good, that's good. What's been the biggest hindrance that you two have learnt from?
Oh my God.
You know,
I see the way the wife is just looking at you. She's looking at you with that Algerian eyes. I can imagine.
No, there's been a few, right?
Educate us.
There's been a few. First and foremost is, as smart as we might think we are, right? The reason why we're in this taxi now is to do more market research from people who has already been in the industry, right? So the biggest hindrance is not getting ahead of ourselves, thinking that we know it all. It's just where we can and when we can, visiting the people that are in the industry, calling the people that are in the industry, and trying to beg for the time to learn more, to get more knowledge, right?
How do you do that?
So for example, the person that I'm going to meet now, Wesley, he's operated a skip hire company. He put a significant amount into the company, and he told me his wins and his losses. And Wesley, I called Wesley about a year ago during the peak of the pandemic, and he's actually agreed. He agreed that I could contact him at any time. And
yeah, so you're going to save him money, aren't you? That's the concept. But the concept is, isn't it? You laugh like it's a bad thing, but that's what you're there for. You're there to save him money while helping the environment.
Exactly.
Okay. What's your biggest hurdle?
The biggest difficulty was me. I'm not from a marketing background or whatever, so I have a degree in law, and my biggest difficulty was how to reach a targeted audience with the very small knowledge I had on marketing. So I had to do it all by myself basically. So I had to learn how to do SEO, how to create the blog, how to write articles, and how to create pretty much the Instagram platform, and
Okay, that's good.
Yeah.
That's good. Where do you see yourselves? What's the future hold for you two?
The future, the future is absolutely predictable. Where it holds for us too is in helping as many service providers as possible to increase their productivity, right? I guess that's mainly why we're here, isn't it? To provide technology that would help businesses improve their productivity. And not just productivity are we focusing on, it's the data, right? The data analytics, and more importantly, the waste related data. That's what that's what I'm interested in, to see how we can use that to give us a better insight of the world and what is going on within these industries where data collection and data in itself is very difficult to obtain.
Wisdom, what's your background? We know your partner's background in law and in...
My background is in finance, technology.
Okay, that's good.
Finance and technology.
So you've kind of covered quite well. Your wife's started on the marketing, but she's got a background in law, so she won't market anything that she knows she'll get you legally in trouble.
Yeah, very much.
You've got the financial element side with the tech, so you're kind of a strong force to be reckoned.
Yeah, I think it's great that we're both from very different backgrounds, and now we get to do something completely different as well. So I think it's great that we get to touch a little bit of everything.
Yeah.
So for example, if we tried to create a legal section on our blog, and I was in charge of it, and for example the financial aspect of the company is going to be him, and I got to learn about marketing, he got to learn about waste management, and that's great that we
and the most important thing, like I said before, is not getting over ourselves and thinking that we know it all, right?
Exactly.
Where we don't know it, right, we consult the necessary people, right? For example, if I'm aware that we need an accountant to actually go over some figures and what we're doing, we would get an accountant, right? If I'm aware that we're about to start designing our MVP software, right, and we're going through the business section, I could give as much information as I can for the business section, but I haven't been in the business myself. I need to go consult Wesley, who we're going to meet now, right, to give us his perspective, right, about what's needed to be tackled, right, what's required, what's necessary, and what's not necessary. And that's why I've got my laptop here today, right, with website loaded. If you want, I can actually show you.
Well, this is a podcast.
Oh my goodness.
It's audio only. But you know Robert Kiyosaki?
I know Robert Kiyosaki. Rich Dad Poor Dad.
Yeah, Rich Dad
I've
Poor
read
Dad.
his books.
He says, just to touch on what you spoke about, when you're starting a business, you need to get yourself a good lawyer, a good accountant, and something else. I can't remember what the other thing is. He says, because those are the people who are going to play a major part in your company. You don't need to keep them in the books all the time.
Yep.
But what happens as you grow,
Yep.
you're going to come into competition with other people. And they're going to be tooled up. And tooled up is they're going to have their lawyers, they're going to have all these people that they can call on. And if you don't have them, you get flattened.
Exactly,
And
like
you
a
say
football
that-
team.
Yeah, you say they're not playing fair, but they are. They've just got the tools that they
Exactly.
need at that moment and things,
Exactly.
which is great and stuff. But how has it been working as a couple?
I mean, we
It's-
argue a lot, obviously, but it's great because, like, we know each other very well, and it's better than working with someone that you don't know.
Yeah.
So, obviously, we argue a lot, but it's great because, like, we get to work, for example, late at night without, like, one complaining that it's too late or, you know.
For example, with me, I normally tend to finish with my main priorities at 5.
Mm-hmm.
I'm from 5 to about 5 a.m., 4 a.m., right? I'm on this, right? Just trying to tackle it down so I don't waste the day. And then maybe wake up at 10 or 11 or something
Yeah.
and rinse and repeat. Today is a special occasion because we've got to meet Wesley and we can't meet him at night, right? When I normally start working.
But normally he works at night, and yeah.
Do you have your own jobs at the same time, or is this just paying?
Yes, I've got my own job at the same time, and
I'm doing my master's in law,
Okay,
so yeah.
so you're going to be a power couple.
Hopefully.
hopefully.
You say hopefully. We need to be more confident. More confident in that.
Let's see what the future holds.
Okay, yeah. What? Last question. You've been great guests.
Thank you.
What's the impact you two want to have in the world? Starting with Dee, being a lady.
So, I mean, the impact we want to have on the world is to get as many young people as we can involved in environmental issues and how to better consume and better, handle waste removal in general, because, like, it's our planet, so, like, if the young generation is involved in making it a better place, then that's great for us.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And yourself?
For me, the impact I would love to have an award is to improve the rate at which we consume technologies that help us to curb CO2 emissions. Anything and everything that does that. I want to improve the adoption rate, and that is mainly why we're building this platform. So maybe later in the future we can use it to bring out new products to the mainstream market, where there's already an audience waiting to use it, whereas perhaps they wouldn't have been able to find it. But look, everything, right? It's like a stepping stone. It's like a ladder, right? Foundation. You need to build a layer before you can move on to the next layer, right? And if the previous layer is not done and not done correctly, you won't be able to move on. And if you do move on with a broken layer, a broken foundation, it wouldn't really be able to hold you up.
Yeah, you need a solid. You need, in what we say in commercial construction, that 28-day curing period of the foundation on a traditional foundation.
Yeah.
Obviously, if you're dealing with a major infrastructure or supermarket like Westfield, you're going to need much longer.
Exactly.
So, thank you for that interview. Where can we find you? One last reminder.
Vavva Official on Instagram and vavva.com, which is our website.
That's vabva.com.
Thank you. Thanks a lot for that, and we wish you well.
Thank you.
We hope you liked that Taxi Chronicles interview. Don't forget to share and subscribe to get the latest episode. Ever considered investing in the continent with the fastest growing economies and population on Earth? The same continent that holds 30% of the world's known natural resources. Listen to our sister podcast, Africa Investor Stories, where you hear real investors with real stories from around the world share their experience of investing in Africa. We post Monday and Thursday at 10 a.m. British Standard Time.